Hello. 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 Is anybody there?
Hello.
Hi. Is my microphone too loud?
I think it's perfect.
Thank you. I guess we're early.
Yeah. The early bird catches the worm.
Wow. Or worms. You don't know. You got to be careful.
Now, do you work up there with Sean?
I don't work with Sean. I mean, I'm just getting introduced to Sean, and I spent the weekend at the Jersey Shore.
Okay.
Now I understand there's some kind of event coming up, but I don't know what it is. I saw something on Facebook, something in December.
Yeah, that might be the Christmas party.
Where is that?
He sent it to me. I'd have to look it up. I'm coming from North Carolina, though.
Okay, but is it in New Jersey? Is that Paramus or over?
Yeah, it's in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he'll announce it today.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what do you do, sir?
My name is Michael Moran. I am in the podcasting business. I've been in radio and broadcasting for years, but now I decided to build my own company and get podcasting clients and do it for other people and have them pay me and not be and run my own company. So
I'm loving that. Yay.
You're an attorney, right?
No, but it's funny you say that because my mother always said I'm an attorney for poor people.
Oh, what's your name?
So I'm Jamila McBride.
Oh, okay. Because
school principal.
Because I'm blind, so I don't see the people coming in on my screen, and I keep my voice, my adaptive equipment turned down so it doesn't interfere with the podcast. So I'm really never sure who's entering the room.
Oh, gotcha. Looks like we've got Kelly.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Michael, as well.
Hey, Kelly.
How's that beautiful puppy dog?
He's great. And I have my older dog, who's retired here. His name is Aldo. He's a big 90-pound shepherd. And he's 11, but he has arthritis. So, I mean, he's in good health other than that, but he can't pull in the harness anymore.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Kelly, I started doing this podcast thing. I don't even have my website built yet. And I've already got like 2 clients and,
well, that's fantastic. Right. Yeah. I don't have much experience with podcasts, so there wasn't much for me to help you with. I don't really
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm learning as I go. And, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So, are you coming to the Christmas party? That's what we were just
talking
about.
I will be there.
Where is it?
Well, I don't know New Jersey.
I know it's in Paramus somewhere.
Yeah, I have no, it's like Jersey City somewhere.
Oh, in Jersey City. Okay.
I believe so.
Oh,
I
all
have
right.
to go back and look. Yeah.
We'll have to find out because they, you
Yeah.
know what it is? They put it on Facebook, but they put pictures, and my adaptive equipment doesn't read pictures, so I don't know what it's saying.
Doesn't read pictures. Oh my gosh! Hang on, I'll go get the information.
Good morning. Just want to say good morning. Tiffany Armstrong here. How are all of you guys today?
Good morning, Tiffany Armstrong. Mike Moran here.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tiffany, did I meet you in California?
California. I can't say the only event we're kind of new. The only event we've been to was Sean's event in Rennebeck. And we live out here in Phoenix. And I know Sean through Ben Fox is my source. Amazing person right there. And so we're kind of new at the Caligie formula. We didn't have the funds. We got a 4-year-old, and my husband's right in the middle of changing careers. So he's in school. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we haven't had the money to travel. But we're gonna be out there in January. So looking forward to connecting with all of you guys, whoever's coming. Hopefully, most of you.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't miss it. So yeah. So I believe not is the short answer.
Well, we'll be happy to see you, Tiffany. This is Kelly Hanna. I met you in Rhinebeck.
Oh, okay. That's where you met me then.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Kelly, can I give you my email, and would you be kind enough to send it to me by email?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mike.
It's Michael Moran, MORAN, 754 at outlook.com.
There's that radio voice.
Oh, thank you.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
I was just talking regular. I don't know. Thank you.
Yes.
Is that blind Mike in the house?
That is. It is. It is. It's a very self.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Todd Tononi here.
Hello, Todd.
Good morning, Todd.
And good morning, everyone. And to answer your question, I believe the party's in Rockaway, New Jersey.
Oh, Rockaway.
I didn't know that was a place.
Oh, yeah.
No, Rockaway, it said.
No, there's
Not
no.
familiar with that at all.
That doesn't exist.
What is
That's
going
what's on the invitation.
Rockaway.
Yeah.
Hey,
There he
we
is,
got
Fernando.
Yeah, Rockaway.
I think it's supposed to be Rockaway.
What
Way,
is going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Fernando.
Good morning, Fernando.
Hello. Who is that? Who is that angelic voice I hear?
That is Tiffany Armstrong.
Hey, what up, Tiffany? How are you enjoying Loki?
How am I doing? What?
Whoa.
The music station I sent you.
I love it, dude. I seriously love it. I could not remember the name of it, so thanks for getting back to me on that text.
Very welcome. We got Mr. Champagne, luxury
brother?
status group in the building, making all magical things happen. Michael Moran. We got Donald,
Yes.
sexual napalm. We got Martha. We got David. We got Tiffany in the building. Nathan, what's happening? Todd, always here. Dana, love seeing
Good morning,
Morning. Whose voice was that?
Dana.
Hey, Dana. So happy to have you. What are we present to on this Trajectory Tuesday? What are some thoughts from yesterday's huddle? What are some of the things that everyone is thinking about? Who would like to share?
Man, I would love
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tiffany Armstrong here. So, first of all, Hala killed it. She did an amazing job. I loved her story of how she was able to just go in there and complete her mission with grace and ease and confidence, and all these amazing things were definitely coming through her story. And I was thinking about it, and I actually had a quick messenger conversation with Darcy. Hey, Darcy out there. And, and it's funny because, we're new at the Caligie formula. Definitely had a huge growth over the last couple of weeks. Being in this huddle has been absolutely amazing. And you know, Michael and I, just in our life, had the same exact results. And I started thinking about it yesterday. And I was like, man, Paula went in there and was the boss and took over that room and did a beautiful job. And we did the same thing. Like, if you take the details of the results out of the way and you look at exactly what happened with Hala and what happened with Michael and I the last 2 weeks, it's the same result, which means the formula works. And it's amazing to see the exponential growth in our life and everyone's life that it touches. And when it touches you, you finally realize that this is a beautiful way to live, that we're all these beautiful people living on this planet. It's just we're missing these few parts. And once you make the connection, it's truly amazing. It is just amazing.
I love that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I love you, Tiffany. Hala.
Hey, girl. I love you too.
How are you?
Yeah. And that is the power of the formula. And Hala has been around the formula and partners with Sean. And, you know, it's proof that they're tools. And Sean says it all the time. It's not like he's created the formula. The formula is always there. Any success that we've had is based on the formula. What Sean has done over 22 years is synthesize it in a very simple way that we can read it. And I forgot who mentioned it yesterday. It was actually Hala. It's amazing to have like these tools. Like you can pull out a hammer. You can pull out a screwdriver. And it's proof, and it goes to show everyone on the call, as we have a few more minutes before Sean jumps on, that it's all based on our level of mastery. You know, we can look at the formula, we can read a bunch of books, we can keep watching podcasts.
Good morning.
Background noise, so whoever can mute themselves. So if we decide to commit to mastery on the formula,
I can't hear anything. Can somebody?
Hey. Can you mute everyone?
Darcy?
Somebody's got feedback going on.
Thank you.
It's bells and whistles going on.
Like a war scene. So yes, our level of mastery and dedication to the formula is going to result in like what happened to Hala for everyone. Because it's amazing how it could have been zero or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that is the power in deciding to choose, deciding to commit, and be in the formula. It is now 8:30. Mr. Callaghy, are you on with us? All right, he's merging in. But Tiffany, that was a very beautiful share. Is there anyone quickly, 30 seconds, that would like to share, you know, from yesterday, from what Tiffany said earlier, from what Hala's story was? Is there anyone who would like to share anything that maybe showed up for them? 30 seconds.
Hey, Fernando, it's Jay Levine.
Hey, Jay, what's happening, brother? Love to see
What's
you.
up?
Catherine here as well. Go ahead. What's your share?
So that's what I wanted to share. That's nothing. I just wanted to introduce everybody to my wife. I'm happy to have her on the call, and I wanted to acknowledge that.
Yeah. And Catherine, hello. Like, can we hear your voice?
If she could figure out how to mute, there you go.
Yeah, it is all good. I am very impressed on how you've married and chosen to do life with a man with that much energy. It is insanely exciting. Jay, I've never seen him under a 9. Like literally every phone call, even in text messages, I can tell his energy is at a 9. It's absolutely incredible. So I can only imagine what that being around that 24 hours a day must be like insanely exhilarating.
Fernando, just to be clear, I'm the lucky one, okay?
Yes, you know, that's the, and you're a smart man. Very impressive. So yes, Catherine, we are happy to have you. Thank you so much for, you know, choosing Jay and being in this group with us. Cannot wait. And I see you just wrote in the chat, you are very welcome. So very happy to have you here. So check in again. Mr. Callaghy, are you here with us? All right, so let's continue. Let's be in conversation. We will continue to flow. Is there anyone else that would like to share? If not, we can drop into a few things. Is there anyone that would like to share one more time on anything that is present, or would anyone like to welcome anything to the group? Actually, I love that, Jay. Thank you for the inspiration. So is there anyone else here?
Yeah, so this is Tony. Yesterday when I was inviting people, I invited a bunch of people to the Facebook group. And by the way, anyone who hasn't gotten off the WhatsApp, please go to Facebook, because it is driving me and many other people crazy getting 1,000 messages, even though that's slowed down tremendously. But I will say that I invited a bunch of people to the Facebook group. just remember that you can't go too fast, because I was put in Facebook jail yesterday. Yes, there is such a thing. When you go too fast, you invite too many people, or you make too many comments, or you like too many things, you get put in Facebook jail. And I had about 20 minutes in between meetings. So I just went on. I was just inviting a bunch of people, and then it just locked me out. So
That's
yeah, it's a real thing, Facebook jail.
Tony, we'll get you out of Facebook jail, brother. Hey, it's Sean. What's up? And happy Trajectory Tuesday. How are we doing out there?
Great.
Energy is high, Mr. Callaghan.
That is awesome. Awesome. So, hey, for those that are new, each day we have a concept, and Trajectory Tuesday is all about the recognition of the thing. And we'll talk about that thing in a minute. But we'll also talk about is this. Words have unthinkable power. So the way we speak, what we share, vibrates energetically. And for those that are new, you're like, whoa, vibrates energetically. Is it some like metaphysical, some spiritual type concept? No, this is very feet on the ground. Like when you watch a movie and there's a pause, and there's a way that somebody says a word, it creates an emotional charge, a meaning. It creates influence. So part of our influence structure is not only our tonality, it's not only our pausing, it's not only changing the pace of what we're saying, it's also the actual words that we're using. And by the way, every word that you say has a meaning to a person. So if you go, hey, you know what? Yeah, I do a lot of work and I coach people. For some people, the word coaching equals, yeah, this is a retired person who's done with their career, got aged out of what they were doing, and now they decided to tell people to do things they don't know how to do. I'm not saying that's true or not. And this is the key with understanding the power of language. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's a reality of what is. I say lawyer, you say. I say money, you say. I say men, you say. I say women, you say. I say NFL, you say. For everyone, every single one of us, we have an attachment, an association, a meaning to things. Like, okay, what are we talking about? What we're talking about is that if you're communicating at a high level of mastery, the highest levels of mastery, there's an exponential difference. This is what we talk about continuously. So one of our trajectory breakthroughs is through our level 5 listening to be present, not in your head, but in your body, in your heart, in your soul, to be present and listening with people to their pausing, their tones, their words, their language. And so often we have a translation challenge. So somebody goes, yeah, I'm really interested in having a wonderful relationship. And that means two completely different things to the people that are talking there. We just had an access and a breakthrough in a case with a client that we've had for a long time. And the challenge was there was a lot of emotion built up. We've done incredibly phenomenal, this is on the Callaghan Law side of things, incredible things for this person. We love each other. Like we've been through wars, time. And the conversation was between him and one of our lead team members. And it was really frustrating and had been going on for months. And it came down to a simple translation challenge. And here it was. This person would say, I just feel like we're not doing enough. I just feel like we don't have a plan. I just feel like we're not being aggressive. And my team member, you know, was saying, that's crazy. Like, who in the world would do A and B and C and D and E? Nobody. And you know nobody would. This is totally crazy. And then the person was saying, I feel unheard. I feel invalidated. This is ridiculous. Like, you're not listening. You're not hearing me. And this is going back and forth and back and forth. And these are two people that I love. They love me and they love each other. And they're both like losing their mind. Like, I can't deal with this person anymore. It's escalating, like got to name calling, horrible insanity. And so I finally, and I had multiple conversations, by the way. This wasn't easy. This is not an easy fix. So I had multiple conversations with both of them spanning over months. And finally, I got into my highest level of mastery and listening. I'm like, this is crazy. And I was making up all kinds of stories about why it was happening and what it was meaning. But at the end of the day, I sat down and said, okay, let me, beginner's mind, let's take this from the top again. And what came up for me was this. Both people were completely right. The person on my team was right in saying that, of course, this is the greatest legal service you can get in the world. Totally true. And the other person was really saying this, and this is the breakthrough. I said, so is what I'm actually hearing you say that you're struggling to put language to is that you know nobody could do anything like this, but you also know that Callaghan Law and this team member can provide exponentially more because you've seen it. And he said to me, I feel so heard, so seen, and so understood, I feel like crying. And this is somebody who's angry and crazed. And so here's the point, right? The point is the micro distinctions of language are insanely and utterly powerful. They're so insanely and utterly powerful, and nobody teaches us this. And if you're new to the call, this is not the whole mechanism. The whole mechanism, which will deliver January 10, 11, and 12 over 3 days, is how all of this fits together. This is one micro distinction of a micro distinction today, and that's what we touch on, but something you can use today. Like, that's the purpose of the huddle, to start our day inspired, motivated, of course, energized, having fun, absolutely, but also with a content concept that we could take into our day. So as you're having objections and people are saying no to you throughout the day, or you're sensing hesitancy, they're saying yes, but they're really not. They're not present. Like, are you listening for that? Are you realizing that's your 100% responsibility to impact that outcome? Yesterday, I had a phone call with somebody in a professional organizational structure. I sensed knowingness, which means, like, yeah, I get it. He's some trainer guy or speaker guy or something. Like, I know what that is. Like, I sense that. I sense that, yeah, we understand marketing and sales. We get all that, right? So I had to begin to ask. I heard it. It was present. So I understood we had a translation issue, right? This person had believed that what we were going to talk about, they had knowingness over, and the words that they had been used to describe a beautiful person set this meeting up, the words that they had heard to describe who I am and what I do were landing in a space that were incorrect. And let's also remember that when we talk about all of these things, we are never talking about yes or no. Yes or no is the death of mastery. Like, we're going to have lots of t-shirts made and things said. One of the quotes is going to be yes or no equals death of mastery. And what I mean by yes or no equals death of mastery, it's like, oh, are they good with people or not? Are they nice or no? Are they smart or not? It's not yes or no. Because people could be really good or even great at things and be producing exponentially less in the results they're creating than people who are very close, that look just like them. Wow, they're handsome, they're pretty also, they're smart, they're emotionally intelligent. Those are yes or no, right? It's not yes or no, it's where we are on the scale of mastery. So putting together these two concepts for today, it is not yes or no. No, I get it, Sean. Yeah, got it. You know, like power of language. No, I understand that, right? Like, you may, like, you probably do. But the question isn't do you or not. The question is, are you like a 9.5? Are you a 9.8? Are you 9.9? A 9.99? And are you committed to never-endingly growing in your skill in that area? Because that's what sets apart. Like, in the world of sales, there's like 8 billion people on earth, something like that, I believe, these days. And there's like the number 8 billion in sales and influence. Like, everybody's selling something. So people want to say hello to you, having a cup of coffee with you, liking you, want to go to the movies with you. Like, there's the number 8 billionth person in sales. There's the 4 billionth. There's the 1 billionth. There's the 100 millionth. There's the 1 millionth. There's the 500,000th. And they're all different. Like, there really is. Like, if there was a race, like, everybody comes in a place. Like, they run the New York Marathon, and somebody finishes 20,000th, and somebody finishes first. And the people could be pretty close, but there's still differences. And then when you get into the top million out of 8 billion, these are people that are creating 100, 1,000, 10,000 times the difference. And then when you start to focus on that top 500,000, the top 100,000, the top 10,000 salespeople on earth make north of $100 million a year. Like, that's what it looks like. And this is about money. This is about gaining access to the distinction of the differential of people's skills, and why, when we begin to think about yes or no, I'm good at something, if you're good, you might be the 3 billionth best father or mother. You might be the 2 billionth best salesperson, and you're still very good. But the results you're getting might be 1/10,000th of the ones you could if you understood on Trajectory Tuesday that it's where you are aspiring to on the scale of mastery, and the access point and content for today is within that scale of mastery, how you're listening and translating language for people. And then we get into other concepts this week we'll do on the call, which relate to how do you interrupt patterns and install the appropriate translation without breaking rapport, or breaking rapport for a nanosecond to create a disruption in knowingness and then restoring it. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that in a courtroom, in a sales meeting, when you're talking to a boss, a friend, a relationship, a child? Like, how does that work, right? That's the space. I will pause there. Jumping in, Jared, how is today? Jared Yellen, you out there, brother?
Yes, sir. My voice is 85% of the way back, so I am here.
Awesome. So you are an incredible salesperson. You're an incredible person of influence. How is this conversation landing for you, and what are your thoughts? Like, what's present?
Yeah, no, it is. What's present for me, when you were just sharing, are the little nuances that make such a massive difference within a communication, like within a dialogue with somebody. And the other night, I shared this with you, Sean, but I went out at a date night with my wife, and I taught her level 5 listening, and it hit home so clear for her, because for her, that's not her greatest strength, is listening. And when I went through the process and I said, how does it make you feel when I respond this way? That's not a little nuance. That's like a seismic change, but it's a little nuance at the same time. And she's been deploying it now. And yesterday she came home and she's like, Jared, you're not going to believe it. I really made this person feel special about themselves. And that was her hello to yes. Like, that there was nothing that she was trying to get from this. She just wanted to make them feel good and whole and heard. And one of the things I encourage all of you to do, as Sean is speaking and sharing these stories, is listen. And then afterwards, like, digest it and apply it as quickly as possible. Because in the application of the formula is where you find yourself. And when you find yourself, then you can do this in every single dialogue that you have. So, like, these calls are so valuable because you have to listen to really hear. And then my encouragement is apply it immediately, because the faster that you can bring action to what you just learned, the faster you will find yourself, and the faster that will become your new standard and your new norm. So for me, Sean, what you just said reinforced it, because I literally just had my wife do this, and she's like on fire with level 5.
Yeah. And thank you, Jared, so much. And for all of us out there, it's about seeing what we don't see. So in the beginning, this could look really foggy. And Michael Smikin, I was speaking with him. He's a gentleman that tried these top 100 verdicts with me. He's as good as any attorney in trial work in America. He's unbelievable. I love him. And he's been working with me for a decade and be training in this. And what he'll always say is, in the beginning, there's two challenges. One is it looks like magic, it looks like a gift, and it's really advanced science. So this looks like magic.
Can't hear a word.
You can't hear it, Mike? Can you guys hear me or no?
Yes,
Gary,
we can hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yep, carry on.
Yeah, awesome. So, and I'm just so good with voices. That sounded like our dear friend Mike. But so with all of this, it looks like magic. It's not magic. And I wasn't born this way. And I told the story a couple of times in the last week to reinforce it. Like, I gave a horrendous speech for class president in 7th grade and came in last. That's a true story. I was shy. My parents would bring people over the house, and I wouldn't say hello because I was just uncomfortable and felt awkward. So this is learned, right? Number one. Number two, the benefits and the loss of opportunity by not implementing this are often foggy and invisible to people. And so the ability to, like, have walked into the space, but just being real, because some of you know me through that space of Tony Robbins' world, and have been sitting in the back of the room, blind, physically blind, not knowing anybody. And then in the beginning, I was still very focused. It was my son's senior year in high school, Tyler, who's home from college. I'm thrilled. It was so blessed. I'm home for 6 days right now. Couldn't be more excited. But when we went, and he was with me at the financial trip in Idaho, and I didn't go to a bunch of events after that because of his high school senior year and baseball games and me not wanting to miss anything. So I didn't know anybody for 6 months, and I was blind. And then in reality, from like August of 2018 through Date with Destiny, and then a few months thereafter, a massive seismic shift happened by just applying the formula. You go, oh, so you were like doing things to people, manipulating them? No, I was just being me, right? Operating within the formula of loving people, of caring about people. Like, by the way, indispensable element number one for those that are new is love all people unconditionally. Like, that is indispensable element number one of the formula. And that's how you stay in integrity. Love all people unconditionally. That's its own 30-minute discussion, but that's indispensable, right, to apply this. To get there is a longer conversation. But what happened was, in no time flat, all of a sudden there's like people watching videos and people wanting to communicate and people wanting to be business partners and people wanting to make offers and I'm on stage and I'm being spoken about from stage, and I'm on stage and I'm on other stages and I'm being invited all kinds of places, and that is completely accessible to you. And final content piece, a reminder, Hal said it yesterday, just a reminder, is the power of the microphone. Like the power of the microphone, and understanding that microphone equals stages in front of 10,000, microphone equals video that you do online with 4 people watching, microphone equals you and another person at a table, right? Like, that's the microphone. And the more that expands in terms of the relevance of the quality of people you're communicating with, you go, how do I get there? You get there through the formula. By communicating with people, by being intentional, by understanding ecosystem merges, frictionlessness, all the things we're talking about. Pause. Right? Does anybody, and we'll jump in with one question or one win, one share, and we'll just go with like first voice heard. Does anybody have a win, a question, a thing that they'd like to share?
If no one does, Sean, I'm going to emphasize the power of the microphone. So, but if anybody else has a share, please jump in.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Sean.
Yes.
How you doing? Jay Levine.
Jay, what's up, brother?
What's going on? Just a quick observation about something you just said. You said that this skill, this formula for you was learned. You weren't born a salesperson. You were shy. You came in last place in the election. I would have voted for you. But what I noticed about myself and why I like this is I wasn't necessarily born without the gift of gab. I seem to have always had it. What I need is a way to fine tune it and kind of pull it all together. And that's what I love about this formula, this system, and this group. So just wanted to share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jay's father-in-law was the person that put my first office together. He's a dear friend to this day. He's been amazing in supporting. His name is Ziggy. Been amazing in supporting my kids' sports careers. And he was there and saw it. So like, that's how it is. Whoever's in a car, if you can mute yourself real quick, if you don't mind. And Jared, I'm going to get back to it. Thank you, Jay. Get back to emphasizing the power of the microphone. Jared, what do you got?
Awesome. So the last thing you said, I want to make sure it lands for everybody. When people think microphone, my biggest fear always is they're like thinking of Tony Robbins on stage in front of 15,000 people. And that's not your microphone, right? Your microphone could be sitting down at a local diner with somebody and deploying the formula. Can everybody go on mute, please? Thank you, I appreciate it. So your microphone could be sitting down at a local diner and deploying the formula, deploying integrity-based human influence and taking somebody from hello to yes, because the second they say yes, their life just transformed. Just the act of saying yes, even before a product or service is delivered, is when the transformation begins. So don't say that you can't get a microphone because you're not literally on a stage, when every single one of the conversations you have on a day-by-day basis is a microphone. That is that opportunity, is the opportunity to influence. And for me, I recognize that even before I met Sean, just with Sean, it was just crystallized and and even more intentional. But like, webinars are a microphone. And one of the things that we're going to do within this community is really empower you to start doing your own webinars on a monthly basis, so that you can stand up and say what you stand for, and you can deploy this formula into your ecosystem. The first webinar that I have ever done in my life was probably about maybe 8 to 10 years ago. And I had one attendee on that webinar, and that one attendee was my mom. And if I were to have not given myself the permission to recognize that I still had a microphone, even though that just my mom was on it, there's no way I'd be where I am today. And now I do about 200 to 225 webinars a year. And that one webinar with just my mom on it has produced over $1 million in sales. And it has nothing to do with the number. The key to recognize is that you never know when that microphone, whether it's one-on-one at a diner, 1-on-5 at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, or maybe 1-on-25 because you host a local workshop, you never know which microphone is going to be the microphone that takes your life and your career to the next level. So leverage everyone to its absolute fullest potential, because you never know when that one is going to hit. And that's why this formula is so powerful. You can deploy it one-on-one, or you can deploy it one-on-many. So I wanted to just anchor that because you made that point, and I want to make sure it lands with everybody.
Yeah. Mr. Callaghy, unless you have a thought, I'm inspired by your words and Jared's, if I could share.
Yeah, good. We're going to take everybody. We're 3 minutes from wrap up, but please stay because I have an important challenge for the women on the line. So an important women challenge coming up. So Fernando, what do you got, brother? 30 seconds.
Awesome. 30 seconds. So one, a lot of what Jared is saying is landing, and I kind of want to just take it, and maybe we can talk about this in future huddles. It's like being in the formula. You said, oh, it's not being manipulative. You got people to do something. It is amazing to me how I've gotten this in the conversations with people in this community, how people feel that way. They're like, oh, but I just want to be me. I just want to flow. I just want to like be there with people. And it opens a thought on like, this tool is so powerful because it gives you an ability to know where you are in a conversation, whether you're at a diner in front of 10,000 people, it gives you the ability to know where you are. And on the other side is loving people. It's actually not like hoping someone feels loved, because human distortion is real. You can go and love someone and someone can walk away and like, this person didn't even hear me. This formula allows you to actually love people, and yet people think that it's not them being them. So thoughts on just things running through my mind.
Brother, let me hit that hard. Right?
Please, I would love you to.
Yeah, anybody who feels that way, here's my question. Do you drive with a GPS? Like a Google map? If you drive with it, like, do you drive with a Google map? Like, do you have a budget? Do you like, oh, I'm just gonna like decide like if I'm gonna show up or not, like in the world all the time? Like, do you have like here's how it works for me, right? Just to be clear, I have as much fun as anybody I've ever met, and anybody who knows me carefully knows that I'm about like I function about like an 8-year-old. But when I go to the beach with my kids, there's an outcome. And you know what the outcome is? To be present, to have them feel loved, to have an amazing time fully and completely. And guess what happens? Like, there's horse flies. Like, it gets hot. People forgot the water. The ocean's a little cold. Like, stuff happens that disrupts fun. And so if I'm like, oh, it's just like whatever happened, if I let whatever happen, it would end up with like people complaining, people arguing, like we have gravitational pull towards that in the world. It's just reality. So Fernando, my response to everyone is, I'm going to achieve my outcome. And they're not like get people's money. They're like whatever the outcome is in the situation, and the formula takes you there. Yes. So when I feel like going, are you kidding me? Like, we're here. Be present. Have fun. Like, my reaction emotionally inside might feel like that. So if I was just in flow, it might sound judgmental. It might sound blaming. The formula takes us to the outcome, to the magic. And people, I love people to no end, but they've never learned this. So their life looks like an unintentional, for most people, it's some level of an unintentional, like, explosion in a print factory that results in just like whatever being whatever. But they're really good at making sure they get to certain things because there's intentionality, like of getting to work, of like understanding the directions. And all we're saying is that same intentionality can be applied to how we love people, how we hear people, how we make people feel with integrity, seen, heard, and like they matter. Like, that's what we're talking about. So thank you, Fernando. 60 seconds to the challenge for women on the line.
Hey, Sean, it's Deborah Gaylord. Good
yes,
morning,
Deborah.
everybody.
Deborah's taking the challenge even before I issued it. Boom. What's up, Deborah?
I don't even know what the challenge is, but I wanted to welcome Roland Hicks. And
Roland Hicks.
Roland Hicks is in the house. And
What's up, Roland Hicks? First time I saw Roland Hicks, he was on stage in Idaho, I believe.
In Sun Valley, Idaho.
Yes, I believe Roland was on stage there. Could be wrong, but I think he was.
He stood up. He stood up
okay.
at financial. But anyway, and there's a lot of other new people online, so welcome. I just wanted to say, I heard you say there are 5 components to this formula.
Yes, there are.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we will send that out, Deborah. There's 3 components. The formula is designed to get to every outcome you want, and it's comprised of process mastery, influence mastery, self-mastery. Each one has a ton of sub-distinctions. We're dropping in for today into the space of influence mastery, which has 4 steps, 10 indispensable elements, and 4 energies. It's the greatest human influencing content on the planet for anybody that's new. And I've already bet on the internet $250,000 that no human being can out-influence me for charity, anyone. Grant Cardone, I've named him specifically, any attorney in the country, like that's what's present, and that's like what's real. So thank you, Deborah. Love everybody being here. And what we're doing here collectively is finding access to more money and or in less time and or with more magic. Overall, we're doing influencers influencing influencers, like influencers influencing influencers. So Deborah's like an influencer influencing influencers to merge ecosystems. Ecosystem's a word, doesn't mean networking. For 1 + 1 = 1 trillion, or at least more than 10 relationships to make the world an even greater place. So Roland, thankful for you being here. You're a rock star. Deborah, you're a rock star. The Women Challenge, and I'll wrap it up with Adam, is to do what Deborah just did. We need to hear a balance of voice on this call, and we need women, Deborah, you, others, speaking up regularly and continuously. A balance of sharing, a balance of having the microphone. And by the way, that's not because somebody complained or said something. It's my awareness. Like there's more men speaking than women. That's not a wrong thing or a bad thing, but there's a lot of women on this line. I want to hear your voice, right? Hear your voice, share your comments, share your wins, like super important and valuable. So Deborah, thank you so much for bringing people to this call, for being such an amazing influencer, and for contributing. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Love hearing from everyone.
Yeah, awesome. Adam, any final comments, brother? I'm going to bring it home.
Yeah, good morning. And the power of language in the formula just really hit home. The distinctions of tonality, and obviously if you change a word, it can completely impact the meaning of what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and real quick, for those that don't know Adam, Adam, I'm claiming this space for him, is the greatest call center builder in the country. And you're going to hear me say a lot of things, be like, oh my God, everybody's the greatest and this and that. Okay, tell me somebody you know that took a company from $3 million in revenue, just wait for it, if you're new, just wait for it, to $700 million in revenue in 3 years with no acquisitions, no paid advertising, 3.5 years, and built a call center from 0 to 500 people. That's Adam Gugino. So he has a right to speak about these micro distinctions because he has lived them, created them, and he owns the space. I will take him over Jordan Belfort. By the way, integrity, in the root, but Jordan Belfort clearly, even if he was a pirate and a scoundrel and a thief and a criminal, he still built an incredible influencing model. Adam has more power in that space. So Adam, what's up, brother? Please continue.
Thank you, Sean. And one more thing I want to add. We now, Unblinded, the phone number will be released very soon, has the #1 customer experience on the planet because it's ringing to my phone once it starts. But from there, we will have a large staff and a team of high quality individuals working through the formula, answering the phone, and providing the best service, like I said, on the planet. So that's coming very soon.
Thank you, Adam. And for everybody, final. For everybody on this line, there's an opportunity in this space, and the opportunity could be to eventually make working as a team with us a full-time thing, or it can be understanding the mutual benefit, like a Dan Geltrude, like a Rob Gill, of partnership with this organization, of scaling, growing what you do through the formula, through mutual edification, working together. but we are building something that's going to disrupt, or is disrupting, networking, disrupting coaching, disrupting sales, disrupting marketing, disrupting how people feel about sales and marketing, and building the fun and excitement and massive acceleration into it. That's what we're doing here. It is Trajectory Tuesday. The takeaway, one more time, is to understand the power of translation and language, and realizing that you're speaking to every person you communicate with a different language, and that your responsibility and outcome is in love and in your heart to take them from hello to yes, because they have no idea what you're talking about. They just don't. And to realize it's not about yes or no, as Jay Levine just said, it's about where you are on the scale of mastery. Have an amazing day. Happy Trajectory Tuesday, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tony. Hey, Phoenix. Have a great day, everybody.
Hey, everyone. It's Phoenix.
Hey, Phoenix. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, Dana.
In the house. Hey, Orly.
Dana, hello.
Hello.
Roger Sahori. What's up, brother?
Have a good day.
Luciani.
Hey. Thanks,
Julio.
everyone.
Rock out.
Hello.
Yes.
Woo! This is what it looks like, everybody.
Have an amazing day.
Hey, you two all.
Bye,
Bye.
Adam. Bye, Sean.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Hi,
Hey,
Courtney.
Adam.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.